All right, hey everyone. Got a new thing here today. Usually I'm doing Coleman lanterns, different light ups of different lanterns, stoves. This is another little side project of mine, coffee pots, vintage coffee pots. This is 1940s Cory Vacuum Coffee Pot, and we're gonna make a pot of coffee. First time ever. I watched a video online and I'm just gonna follow the directions of what this guy did. There's a couple pieces to this. This is the burner unit here. It's kind of cool. It's very old, obviously. It's got the fabric cord. Obviously screams like 1930s or 40s. It's kind of unique. It's got two selectors. It's got a low and a high. And to switch between low and high, you just move this over. So these two prongs are going to be high. These two prongs are going to be low. There's the plug. You just plug it into the according thing. I did test this. It does heat up. Smelled pretty funky. It was covered in dust and grime. I'm not going to use this to make coffee today, just because I'm not sure how it'll work. I'm going to do it on the stove. So I'll go over the parts real quick. I'll get it set up, and I'll pause throughout the way so it doesn't take too long. So here's the lower unit here. This is the actual coffee pot. Okay, kind of basic. This is the stand, and the upper unit could also double as one of my girlfriend's wine glasses. It's very large. This is how this looks. It's got the glass stem. Kind of cool. Looks like you could probably do about at least 6 cups of coffee in this thing. So anyway, this part sits down inside here. Sorry for the bad picture. Okay, and then you can see the stem goes down in here. This is the actual filter. It's also made of glass. It sits down inside of here, just like so. And this is just the stand. That's all there is to this. The principle in theory is you fill the pot with water, you heat it, you put the grounds in the top, loose. There is no filter. This is the filter. As the water heats, it percolates up through here, and the difference in pressure, and it's going to transfer all the water from the bottom vessel to the top vessel. And then it's going to percolate in the coffee grounds. Once you are done that for a couple minutes and you remove the heat, the vacuum effect is going to take hold. The cooling temperature of this is going to draw the water from the top unit back down through this filter and into the bottom unit. As it does, it's going to pass through the grounds, and it should supposedly give you a very clean, tasty cup of coffee. And we're going to see how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and set it up, and then we'll go from there. Should be pretty cool. All right. Sorry about the cats crying. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Got some clean water, our Bud Light pitcher here. We're going to go ahead and fill it. And I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go up to the line here, or at least one of these lines. Maybe I'll add a little more. You can pause. All right, so we'll go ahead and place it on the stove. And we're going to take the bottom unit here. And what we're supposed to do, this is the seal. This is kind of a roughed up piece of glass, and this part here. So we wet this here. And we wet the top of here. And this is going to actually create a seal, a vacuum, if you will. All right, so we go ahead and do that. So these two parts are wet. Put that in. We spin it. Now we should have an airtight seal there. So now we'll go ahead and we're going to put our filter in. And then we're going to pulse for 5 or 6 ounces of coffee. We're just going to do a whole pack. Just like so. And we'll go ahead and turn the fire on. Alright. Now it should take about 6 minutes for this to come to a boil and start doing its process. So we'll go ahead and pause the video during this time while it does the boring stuff, and then we'll start up again when things start happening. All right, we're a couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes in. Not a lot's going on, except for one thing I noticed is, if you look there, you can see we're starting to get water around the base here. It's starting to come up through that tube into the grounds. I'm kind of a nerd, so this is really exciting to me, but I don't really know what's going to happen next, but I think it's going to start boiling and all kinds of awesome things. Not really getting any kind of a percolator action yet, bubbles or anything like that, so we'll come back in a minute when things start happening again. All right, just checking in. Stuff is starting to happen here. It's been about 7 minutes now. And as you can see, the slurry is starting to form. And I can ever so slowly see that level rising as it's slowly depleting from the bottom. So in theory, what it's doing is heating this water, and it's creating steam in here, which is obviously creating pressure to push down on the top of this water and up through there into this part. So now the coffee is almost completely submerged. This is just really cool, man. Really cool. Starting to get some boiling effect there. All right, we'll pause for a minute. You almost can't see the filter anymore. And the water is almost all the way up in the top. Billy Idol did not like that. Live action. All of a sudden, it broke the seal or something, and it's now bubbling and percolating. So we're going to let it do this for about 2 minutes. So it's 3:59. So stuff is happening now. This is really cool. So the water is almost gone from the bottom. There is about an inch of water down there. And nothing was happening at all. And then all of a sudden it just popped and starts doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and, here we go, camera director. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir. Get those grounds mixed around in there a little without bumping that center thing. That is really cool. Now we're going to let it go for about another minute. All right. Well, being the first time for everything here, we're going to go ahead. It's 4:01. It's been 2 minutes and it's been doing its thing. The water level is below the tube, so it's not sucking water up anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut the fire. And we're going to remove it from the heat. Carefully. Oh, sorry for that sound. So go ahead and put it over here. And I guess the tip is to cool it, or to get it to cool off quicker, because that's what's going to create that vacuum that's going to suck the coffee down through, back through the tube where it came. Is you can blow on the bottom part and it's supposed to cool it off. There it goes. Look at that. That is awesome. And there it goes. Dropping down. That's it. The process is complete. So all we do now is take our stand, and it's not too hot. Go ahead and remove it. Oh, it did have a vacuum seal on there. It was stuck to it. I'll just put it in the stand. And we have a pot of coffee. Not a ground in it. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and pour some coffee. There's creamer in it. That's my fault. I know true aficionados are going to be mad about that. But whatever.